Hey collectors, it's Anthony from Hasbro here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers Age of the Prime's Fugitive Waspinator, or anybody who is familiar with animated Fugitive Wasp. And as far as storyline goes, think of him as, this is before his beast form. So if the name Waspinator is not familiar, remember he's in Beast Wars, so this is his form before Beast Wars. And so before we take a look at him, let's look what's inside the box here. Of course, it came with instructions, and they don't hurt yourself paper. So remember, don't hurt yourself. Box itself, nice standard Age of the Prime's box. Here he is, and here he is again. So very nice. He is a recolor / remold of the animated Bumblebee that came out a while back in Legacy. But yeah, he's pretty nifty. I really just dig the look on him. I did not get the Bumblebee because I'm not collecting the animated figures, but I made an exception for him because he is technically the pre-form of the one you were familiar with in Beast Wars. So, for storyline reasons, that's how I'm looking at him from. But yeah, he's pretty nifty. So these are the Stinger / rockets that came with him. They are on 5mm ports. And they do come apart. The peg is very small for this, so but it, there's really no reason to have them separate, I don't think. But he does hold them fine in his hands. If we just do this, it's in there, So take with that what you will. Mine are particularly tight in his hands, and so I don't want to force them too much because I definitely don't want to wear it out. So I'm barely able to get them in there, but they're in there. We'll pull them back out here. We'll put them aside. So he has probably one of the more fun... I didn't look at the instructions to convert him. I kind of like, okay, how would I make this guy to convert something so small? And if you're familiar with like the Studio Series Bumblebee or the War for Cybertron various Bumblebees and Goldbug, you're kind of like, okay, I think that'd be the approach I'd take for this guy. And that is generally the approach. And it, of course, because of the stylized nature of this vehicle, they did have to change him up a little bit, but it kind of makes sense. So first step is fold his hands in, and I mean, yeah, his hands have to be folded in. It's just the nature of these small guys. We're going to basically try to cram a whole lot of vehicle into what is ultimately a very small form. Panels on his legs come out. We can turn his waist now just to get it done. The toes fold in, which forms the front end of the vehicle. Then these panels flip 180 degrees. As you see, we've basically added the tires here. Fold in the knee pads, knee guards, whatever you want to call them, and then you can close this up, and then you can actually attach this all together. So it comes up a nice front end there. That part basically done. So his front end opens up, and as you flip it, it completes the front here. Now this piece here we're going to leave here for a minute anyway. And so his arms do something interesting. They kind of fold and bend. And you're basically going to try to do a whole bunch of things simultaneously, like you do with the Netflix Bumblebee, for example. And I just worries me because I'm not breaking it, I'm bending the joint. But mine is particularly stuck. And come on. There we go. So as you see, it snaps apart right there, and you start to pull it forward. Now, make sure that the arms are pulled all the way out, kind of like this, because you need to be able to clip the windshield in here. Make sure all of that stays in place. I don't like the fact that it's like on a translucent plastic. It doesn't snap in all the way for me, and then of course if I apply too much force and then the top comes off. But you know what, that's fine for the purpose. We'll just kind of leave it like this for right now. We'll snap it together later. The arms fold back, and then they kind of like on a secondary joint. If you remember Cut from Studio Series, kind of like that. And you got to position the arms to basically complete the side of the vehicle. So let's just slide these around. And then make sure the arm is in position. Slide it around. And then as you push this in, it will kind of sink into the side of the vehicle, as you see right there. And do it on both sides. Now here's the thing, it's kind of like if you're not flush like this isn't right now, it's not going to sink in. So you gotta kind of make sure that you make sure everything is flush, and then slide it in. There are tabs here that you have to kind of, there we go. You kind of have to get it in there. And it looks a little weird right now, but let's pull this part back. There is small tabs on here that go into the sides here. And I am not perfect on these because the angle has to be absolutely correct. Because it needs the, there we go. Oh, got one. There we go. So we closed it up. So, yeah, I mean, look at how compact he is. Look at how, like, how small he is. So then you can take these rockets, and if you face them this way, you can do the turbo thing that Bumblebee does in animated, which, I mean, look at that. It's a nice little car. It's very, very nice here. Once this is in place, it looks like the screen goes in, but, I mean, it's not perfect on mine. So, but, just look at that. Now, there's another port here if you want this to go on the side like this, which you can do. It rolls fine. There's a little bit of clearance, although the way the arms are, it's kind of like, does it eat up some of that clearance? Is it rubbing against the floor? Now, then again, I may not be perfect at this. You can see a little bit of a kind of a lip there, but I mean, otherwise it looks fine. It's perfectly acceptable, and it's nice to have the pre-beast form of, well, Waspinator.
With that said, tell me in the comments your thoughts on this video. Did you like what you saw, and how was your experience with it? If you would like to see more, check out the on-screen recommendation. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel to keep up to date with our latest content. Thanks for watching.